Welcome back to the Third Wheel Podcast. I am Caleb
Sheps again.
Chaperuby.
Chaperone.
All right. Once again, I'd like to give a shout out to HTP Construction for allowing us to use their nice office space. If you need anything redesigned, fixed, rebuilt, remodeled, then make sure to call HTP Construction. Their number is 817-829-7997. They have 4.6 star reviews based on 26 reviews, a very local company where they are very fair priced and they work quickly and they work swiftly and they work with you to give you the results that you want. So if you need anything fixed, please call HTP Construction Services. Thanks again to HTP for letting us use their office space. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are doing 50 times people listed hilariously absurd ads and expected to actually sell something with pictures. I'm going to have to send you this article if you want to do it. So, number one, and so maybe I'm hoping this is a good article. Actually, before that though, what inspires stuff like this is I will be scrolling through Facebook, right, and I'll just start seeing. My favorite are the weird dating profiles. You know what I mean, where this person's like, "Hey, I'm in a." I read one, and I'm paraphrasing here. It was like, this girl's holding a baby, and she says, "I'm in a very toxic relationship right now, and I'm ready to leave. I'm sorry, not relationship, marriage. I'm in a really toxic marriage right now, and I'm ready to get out of here. I'm a Christian woman, and I'm waiting to, I'm just trying to find the right person who loves Jesus and loves serving."
Yeah.
And she's holding the baby as she's doing it, and she's smiling, and I'm sitting here like. So you're currently married and you're on the online dating service. You're in the toxic relationship right now. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
I don't know who started the toxicity, but I can take a hint.
Yeah, I can take a little bit of a hint here. So I came across one. This is from this girl named Jess. She's 32.
Okay.
It says, I'm pregnant. Wasn't planned. The guy was a jerk. Have an 11-year-old son. I am Christian, full-time working mom, and an only parent. Looking for a celibate until marriage Christian relationship.
Well, that's a lot of words.
It is a lot of words, and they're all contradicting.
They're all broken in parts.
Yeah.
Like having a kid, guy's a jerk, 11-year-old. It's so not ordered. It's frustrating.
And I'm sitting here, so
You should have put the celibate guy at the front,
Yeah.
Like,
So me and Darcy, we have our at night show, and we talk about bad marriage stuff, bad marriage advice, bad relationship advice, and people get mad sometimes when I make fun of these people. And I see these profile pictures on Facebook because they're memes, right?
Right.
And I see these and I'm like, I can't just look at these and not laugh. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in the online dating service thing, I came across one where this girl was like, "Hey, I got 5 kids with this guy. We're divorced." And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say reasonable, but I understand the predicament you're in.
Yeah.
You married a guy, had a bunch of kids. You thought this was it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can understand that. Like I can meet you halfway here. Okay, but then there's this one where it's like, I got pregnant twice outside of wedlock, and I'm looking to not do anything till we're married. That's the relationship I want while we're here. I'm
Right.
like, I can't help you.
Sorry.
I don't like your sales pitch.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. So
It's Owen Wilson comes in. Oh yeah.
So I find this article that says 50 bizarre ads where somebody was like, okay, we're going to, I'm going to post this and someone's going to buy.
Sure.
So number one is I'll lose a race against you. It's a picture of a racing motorcycle. It says for $25.
I already know where this is going.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry.
Is he going to purposely lose in front of your girl so that...
Maybe. It wouldn't help that in this article. So, okay. I'll lose a race against you for $25, discounted from $40. This is on Facebook Marketplace. For 25 euros, I'll offer to race you on my motorbike and purposely lose so you can impress whoever is in your passenger. For 45 euros, I'll ask for a rerun and lose that again. Based around Manchester price, could vary depending how far. Maybe it's 25 pounds. Sorry, I'm not good with the symbols outside of American dollars. So...
Okay.
I don't like that.
I have a funny scenario.
Yeah.
I want to hire this guy, but go 5 miles per hour. He's like...
Yeah, he's going to earn that $45.
He's gonna be like,
yeah.
And then demand that we race again.
So he's like, he's like, vroom, vroom, and then you just go 5. Well, he's going to go like this first, right? He's going to go, and he's going to see you going 5 miles per hour, and he's going to purposefully slow down and be like, come on, come on.
It's going to be more difficult to lose to me than it will to be win.
You played Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the match where you're fighting all these people in the arena on the opening planet?
Yeah.
Well, the first guy is Deadeye Duncan, and he sucks.
And it's almost impossible to lose.
To lose, but you can.
Yes.
But it took forever.
I want to say there's like an achievement for it or something, but yeah.
Well, I don't know about an achievement because that was Xbox, like the original Xbox
or
days.
It may have been like a challenge, like online challenge, like lose
Right.
to Duncan. Deadeye.
And I remember because every time you lose to somebody, you get interesting dialogue with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's right.
So you can go back and talk to everyone except Bendak Starkiller.
And everyone's like, wow, he lost.
Yeah, except Deadeye Duncan, who was like, okay, I want to see what he says if he beats you. So I you can set it to where you disengage combat. You're standing there, and I'm trying.
Forever.
He can't hit you. So you're sitting there just waiting for him to kill you, and then finally you get beat, and then it's just as bad as you thought. Where he's like, I won for a change.
So
that's
good.
what that reminded me of.
Oh, it's so good.
Number 2, these could sell for a lot more. Yeah, maybe if they were half decent. So these are family portraits for $445 in Surprise, Arizona. Looking to do some family portraits, $155 first person, $150 for each additional person. Pets are an even $100. These could sell a lot more. Some are special. Let me show you this picture.
You're right.
Yeah, so these could sell for, I don't know. I don't even like the girls in these pictures that he's drawing, but
I want to see him draw a cat
yeah, I wish.
for $100 even. Yikes, man.
Somebody commented, could do a flawless portrait of me. Good luck trying to make me look any worse. All right, the vintage style hand slicer, $10. It looks like this is made to cut wood.
Like a table saw or something.
Yeah, table saw, and then it's just like the vintage hand slicer, $10. And of course, he didn't sell anything. So let's see. Number 4, only in America, the Christmas pre-sale bulletproof wig by Belle Tress. Bulletproof wig. I think this would have helped Trump had he wore it. Ugh, not popular to say here. Yeah.
That's a little. I have to give up your career now.
So this is what it looks like. It actually doesn't look too unnatural.
Okay.
But I don't know what you think this would protect you from, because it's not protecting your ear. Wink, wink. It's not even covering the ear.
Okay, but there's just no such. The velocity of most bullets, like if it dings off your head like that, the fracture. Imagine it just actually deflects it, right?
Yeah.
The collision that's going to cause, and it's going to actually bounce the helmet or whatever it is up against your skull. Like it's still the rupture alone is just it's going to cause damage. Like,
Oh yeah.
There's no such thing as a bulletproof helmet.
Right. So like bulletproof vests, like yeah, the bullet doesn't pierce you and go into your body.
Yeah.
It hurts.
You're gonna crack some ribs.
Yeah, you're gonna feel that, but you're not dead.
Right, because it's kinetic. Like
yeah.
it's kinetic energy that just gets like absorbed into the vest and bounces you backwards. But like imagine your head explodes from that. Like just
like if you get hit by a car, like yeah, did you explode? No, but did it hurt? Oh yeah. You know. So it says, I've never worn a wig so natural and comfortable that you never want to take it off. Come and have it with me. Get it here.
Are you afraid of being shot every day?
Every day. She looks like a Karen, so I'd be scared too. And then somebody commented, who tested it out to see if it was really bulletproof?
Honestly.
Okay, this one's hilarious to me. Number 5, a swing for $30. And it's a broken slide.
That looks like it's going to kill you.
Yeah, if you fall into it. Looks like somebody
crap.
did fall into it. So somebody comments, maybe they're offering to let you swing a hammer at their slide for $30. So yeah, who would sell these? And be like, oh, I'm gonna get $30 for it.
Dude, Facebook Marketplace is crazy. They buy anything. I think I had a friend who sold like chewed up dog toys, and he sold it for like $10, and someone bought it. Like it's crazy, dude.
You think you could get away with selling junk like that?
But he's done it. So yeah, I think so.
We're having trouble selling her old Blackmagic camera.
He lives in Colleyville, so like even Richville, like people are still willing to buy whatever. So Your black magic camera, yeah, you could probably sell if you sell it cheap off Facebook Marketplace. Then yeah,
I'm trying to get another $1,000 for it. That'd be nice. I don't know if we can.
That's not probably worth $1,000.
Shut up. You're letting our audience know.
Sorry, but yeah.
Number 6, Fighting People by Cohen. $15. He's selling this wonderful art piece called Fighting People, and some guy comments, "Oh, those are swords," because it's stick figures with no faces, and they're just going like this, and it looks like they have long arms with the little sword hilt.
Dude, that got millions of views off of Newgrounds.
I bet it did. Let's see. I'll just do a couple more, and then I'm gonna try and find another article. Number 7. I suppose this is more accurate than a banana or soup can for scale. Rug, free. Originally, it was $10, and then it was just free. It's just a picture of this dude sitting on a rug.
I'd take that. Imagine buying all that kind of stuff and just like hanging on your wall and just never mentioning it when you have friends over.
Look at this Father's Day basket, number 8.
What's Father's Day about that?
I don't know.
Bug spray?
Let's see. It's got Jimmy Dean. It's got an instant ramen noodle.
Okay.
I think those are socks. An orange, a can of green beans, and a double bubble gum. That's it.
Yeah, if that doesn't say my father, I don't know what does.
$5. Upcycled high heels. Looks like
what
they've
does
been out in the
upcycle
sun.
mean?
Well, these look moldy, so I don't know. You know.
Oh.
Made from pure Egyptian towels. Oh, these are homemade. These are made with Egyptian fabrics. You know what I mean? Pretty hideous.
Great.
Yeah.
That will protect against the plagues.
Ooh, number 10, legs 11. Unique novelty table.
Okay, so I have a weird thing about, like, you know what the uncanny valley is?
Yeah, where they try to make it look real and it looks fake.
Yeah, so that a little bit off. I have that thing with like appendages, like hands and like feet and stuff. So if I see like fake hands on anything, I actually get super uncomfortable. That would make me uncomfortable too, just legs.
Fake hands? When do you see fake hands on stuff? Am I crazy? Is this thing on? Hello?
Okay. You know what? This would be relatable. Do you know who the Spider-Man villain doppelganger is?
I've heard the name.
Okay, so he basically looks exactly like Spider-Man, but the suit is his skin. And he looks like Spider-Man, but he has like teeth and his eyes are like bug-like, and he's got human hands, right? And he's got like multiple arms too. That scares the crap out of me, even though he's kind of like a stupid, like, he talks normally, so it's kind of stupid, but like that image of it, if you'll ever look him up, it actually makes you super uncomfortable because it's like, it's supposed to look something familiar, you know, but it's just wrong in some way, you know? So my sister, to make it more, to be based in reality, my sister used to have like this little, you've seen like little black statue hand things that hold rings and jewelry and stuff? That like terrifies me. I hate that stuff. It's just like, it's supposed to look familiar, but like at the same time, it's obviously fake. So that stuff just bothers me.
Just weirds you out.
Weirds me out.
I have that weird phobia of like holes. You know, like too many holes. Have you seen that?
Too many holes?
Yeah, let me show you. Let's see. Fear of holes. What's that called? Trypophobia. Like this. This scares me. Trypophobia. Does that not scare you?
Like wasp nests and honeycombs?
Just holes. Like,
really?
Look at that. Is that not unsettling to you at all?
So you must really hate botflies.
A what now?
You don't know what a botfly is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. They're basically, they attach to humans. They burrow their babies into your skin, and they leave a bunch of holes in your skin.
Like this?
Yeah.
But isn't that creepy, though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be unsettling to you?
It's unsettling. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's a little, I mean, like, if it's something natural, like if it's on a wall or something, it's something industrial, I don't, if it's like biomass like that, I don't like it.
And you know what? Like, one that's really small like that, no.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I saw a little wasp nest, no. But like a big one where it's just, you see holes.
Yeah, it kind of looks, it's almost like unnerving, like a dream almost, you know, like it's kind of eerie that way. I see what you mean.
You know what's a weird dream to me? You've seen, what is it? What's that Matthew McConaughey, Christopher Nolan film? Not Inception. What's the one where he goes to space?
Oh, not The Martian. Interstellar.
Interstellar. That weird world he's trapped in at the end of the movie when he's trying to talk to his daughter and there's all the lines. I had dreams about that when I was a kid, just being stuck in that weird void of like lines everywhere. And that's always a terrifying nightmare to me, you know?
So have you seen like Space Odyssey? Is it kind of like that where at the very end of the movie, it's like that goes through like almost like a wormhole, but it's like colors and lines and stuff like that. So
I haven't seen it, but that would terrify the crap out of me.
interesting.
You know,
Yeah, if it's something like that, like it doesn't bother me at all. If it's like industrial or man-made or something like that, but if it's like organic, organic stuff bothers me. So.
Yeah.
I don't know what my little phobia thing is, but just anything that's like supposed to look human but not. Kind of like AI can sometimes do it too. Actually, like for robots, those realistic looking robots, their teeth doesn't look real, and then like when they make their facial expressions, it's just kind of weird. Those
It's
Disney
like,
animatronics, don't like it. Don't like it.
Huh. Yeah, you just don't like Uncanny Valley. That's
Yeah,
weird.
very much so.
I know what to get you for your birthday.
What?
Next Halloween party, I'm gonna put up some really weird mannequin type stuff.
Real quick, I just want to look up that picture. Yeah. This guy.
Okay, that bugs you?
It very much bugs me. Like he looks human, but he's also an insect, and he's got like weird human hands almost, and it just looks so messed up and wrong, but right at the same time.
So a movie like The Fly wouldn't appeal to you?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Okay.
I remember I was playing in Dark Souls 3. There's this section towards one of the DLCs where you fall into like this nest, and it actually makes me. It's so hard to get through. Where there's a whole bunch of flies, like giant human-sized flies, but they all have human hands, and there's multiple of them. There's so many, and they grab onto you, and that stuff actually terrifies me. I hate it. They got the hands, dude. It's gross.
Huh.
It's gross.
Cool. I like it. Yucky.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, the 30 biggest brand flops of all time ranked by disastrousness. Number 1, Lifesavers soda. Do you like Lifesavers?
I like the gummy ones.
Yeah. They made a soda, and it says focus groups took well to Lifesavers soda, but the wider market rejected it. Why? Because it was incredibly unhealthy, even by soda standards.
Wow.
The drink came in a host of flavors, including pineapple, orange punch, grape punch, and lime punch. Too sugary, too sweet, and too sickly. This was a candy in a can and doomed to fail. Customers were more than happy to keep Lifesavers in their soft and hard candy flavors.
That's not good.
There's like a Sour Patch Kids energy drink. Have you had it? It's like Ghost or something.
I stay away from that stuff, but
yeah. Oh yeah. You're not a soda guy, as I drink the Sprite, but I understand why, because it is really bad for you.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't have to hear me say it, but it's just so bad for your teeth, bad for you. It just there's no benefit to it at all. It just does so much damage. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, occasionally I'll probably have like an energy drink, but like even then, it doesn't really do anything for me. So, but no, I've never had Prime, never had Ghost or whatever it is. So,
what do you consider is too sweet tea for you?
I'm very sensitive to it. So honestly, it could be like sweet tea. Can't drink sweet tea. Even half and half sweet tea.
Me.
I
like sweet trees too.
So when I go to if I go to a restaurant or something, I'll usually ask for like a splash of sweet, which is like 10%. And that can sometimes be too much because they'll put like 15 or 20% in it. So very sensitive. I don't mind make pastries and stuff if it's like homemade, but like, just super sensitive to sugar, which thankfully I am. And like soda, like if I'm drinking a Coke, honestly, that's like, it's very sugary, but it doesn't taste super sugary to me. So I could probably get through a Coke. But chocolate, can't stand chocolate.
Oh, goodness.
For that. Like if it's way too sweet for me. I can get like a couple pieces in, but then I'm like, no, never mind.
Pecan pie, not a fan.
I love pecan pie.
Yeah, it's too sweet.
No, if it's homemade though, it doesn't taste super sweet. Like not like the store bought stuff. That's obviously packed with added sugar. But like if it's like my mom made it or something, or someone friend made it, like usually it's a little bit more, or just like less sweet, a little bit more savory. Like I love pecans and everything, so. Yeah, with the store-bought ones, they always add like all that crap. Like
I can't do it. It's too sweet.
Yeah.
Too sweet. You ever had Kool-Aid that was too sweet?
I used to drink Kool-Aid until... Wait. Hawaiian Punch is what I'm thinking of. Well, I used to drink them both, but then my parents, after the whole Jonestown freak, post-Jonestown, I guess, they banned all those drinks, essentially, like Kool-Aid and Hawaiian Punch and stuff like that. So
weird.
It wasn't for sugar. It was for the fear of cults.
Number 2, Betamax. You ever heard of the Betamax? Yeah. Sony's Betamax. Before the dawn of the VHS, Sony introduced Betamax in 1975. had a higher resolution and sound quality than VHS, but suffered with Sony's decision to limit licensing its technology to other manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
So when you alienate other manufacturers, then I mean, I don't know. Nobody wants to work with you. That sounds like that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So Betamax's share of the VCR market fell from 100% to 10% in only like 10 years, from 75 to 88. So about 13 years.
The same thing happened actually with PlayStation 3, believe it or not, where I forget what it was. I think Xbox tried to play a certain form. I forgot what the format was. It was like this very unpopular format of playing movies that never went anywhere. I think it was maybe Betamax or something forward after that. But Sony chose to go with Blu-ray instead, and that's actually what was that's what sold most of their PlayStation 3s, is because it had Blu-ray attached to it, and like no other system could do that at that time. So they caught on to the Blu-ray trend when it happened. But usually when it happens, when like something like Blu-ray comes out or 4K or whatever, like there's usually like two competitors, and one fails immediately and the other one actually like succeeds. So
yeah,
it's all about that. It's all about what is compatible, I guess.
I remember when Blu-rays came out, it was hard to market because I was just so used to DVDs.
Yeah.
And even well into my adulthood, I just kept buying just DVD. That's it. And then
that's why the PlayStation 3 sold so well, because like a lot of homes had them because they doubled. It was like, okay, the kids get a PlayStation 3, but also we get a free Blu-ray player at the same time. Like we don't have to, because that's what I don't think many people really had Blu-ray players. You know, because like I never even thought about it. I would just put in the disc and it worked because I had a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Glorified DVD player.
And Blu-ray nowadays is preferable over VOD, which is interesting to me. That's a debate. We could probably get into at some point, but like VODs apparently comes with all these weird, people are worried that, all these owners of their movies are going to start deleting their inventory over time. And that's why physical media is important.
Yeah. But even then, like you have to watch out for physical media, because like there's ways that, I mean, at least in the video game industry, but they could probably do it in the movie industry as well, where they could like block you from playing that disc on their system, essentially. Ooh. If it has, basically, if it's like an online only service, like they could easily just like make it not work.
I would never endorse pirating, but it sounds more feasible with every passing day.
Welcome to the forums.
Yo ho. Number 3, mobile ESPN. Okay, and I'm not talking about with your smartphone and you log into the ESPN app. Yeah. I'm talking flip phone, mobile ESPN. So ESPN knew their fans wanted access to sports scores and stats while out in public. So in 2006, they launched mobile ESPN, a dedicated network for sports and gimmick fans alike. Overpriced and underdeveloped, the network has been widely considered one of the biggest brand flops in history. Additionally, the only phone it offered, a Sanyo, set people back $400 with an added $40 service charge. Within a year, mobile ESPN was shut down. Did you already hear about this one?
That reminds me of the app that Disney had for FastPass that was only available for Verizon. It was a FastPass app that you could have. They gave you like a map of the park and everything. But it's so primitive thinking about what apps used to look like,
Yeah.
And they were such a hassle to get on your phone. And they took up like half the space. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. All early form apps like that probably never went anywhere.
Definitely not. Yeah, and not to mention they only offered it on one phone.
Yeah, that was the weird thing with apps. Like there was only like particular phones or particular providers, like it wasn't like readily available like it is until Apple showed up.
Apple, and then eventually Google Store.
Yeah.
Everyone else tried to match with them and catch up. So, Number 4, Lisa. Before Apple's huge 2000s boom, it had produced some of the biggest flops in tech, including the personal computer Lisa, released in 1983. This device cost $9,995, which is equivalent to roughly $25K today. That sounds like what the same mistakes they do now with their VR headset. That was like $3K, Even for rich customers who could technically afford it, this was a stretch, especially from a company that had not yet established themselves as the tech giants they are known as today. After selling just 100,000 units in 2 years, Apple abandoned the Lisa in 1985. I don't even know what the Lisa would do. It's such a primitive looking computer. It looks worse than all my Windows stuff when I was a kid.
Dude, I would love to have that on my desk.
I wonder how much a Lisa costs now. Let me look that up.
Oh, it's vintage tech, so
yeah, it's probably more expensive now.
$800 maybe. Maybe too steep actually.
Later Lisa models in excellent condition can go from anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000.
I was way off.
Yeah, like $800. Sir, please. It looks like a typewriter.
Yeah, people love that stuff.
Number 5, the Dreamcast.
Oh, I know about this one.
Sega's Dreamcast was released in '99. Was considered a novel piece of equipment. It was the first console to introduce worldwide network compatibility, for example, but it wasn't enough. So actually, so this could connect to the online already and just make. Yeah, okay, cool.
It was the first of its kind that way.
The original PSN network. Yeah. The Dreamcast sold poorly and was discontinued after just over 2 years. Dwarfed by the success of the PS2, some dedicated Dreamcast fans do still exist, however, and the console has gone on to be appreciated for a certain retro flair. Now, that's the one they shadow launched, right?
It was either that or the one before it, like Game Gear or something. But I think Dreamcast was the one they shadow launched, yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that actually had a couple games that had MMOs on it. So this was the first form, like
the first World of Warcraft.
One of the first, well, yeah, way before World of Warcraft, but it was like one of the first basically console games, not PC games, but console games that could actually go online. So Phantasy Star Online was one of them, and that was the really unique thing about it is that you had this adapter, and I never had one, but I know of it, and it can actually just like again in like early 2000s able to go. I mean, before that in the early 90s, being able to go like massively online, like unheard of. It's crazy, innovative. Cool. And then Sega went nowhere.
No way, Jose. Number 6, Crystal Pepsi. Unveiled in 90. Have you seen Crystal Pepsi?
Oh, I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just very clear Pepsi like water. Unveiled in 92, Crystal Pepsi was supposed to spearhead a clear and caffeine-free soda movement to better protect the health of Americans. Despite advertising during the Super Bowl 27, sales were nowhere near what they'd hoped and business faded away shortly after. Can you blame customers for not being interested in Pepsi that looks like water?
That's what, yeah.
It's confusing for the senses, to say the least, not to mention that Crystal Pepsi blended in among all the other clear sodas and lemonades, taking away any distinguishing features the brand had built so hard to build.
Yeah, you see.
But they made a comeback, though, I thought. People liked it now for the retro stuff.
Yeah, it's all. So that was in what, early 90s?
Yeah, 92.
Dude, everyone's in the 90s now. It was 80s, now it's 90s. So yeah, everything.
No one's into 90s.
No,
Get
for real,
here.
dude. That's like the new vintage, dude.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you, that's like the new thing. Everyone's into like 90s stuff. It's not 80s anymore.
Ew.
Yeah, like movies now, instead of taking place in the 80s, they're going to take place in the 90s.
There's
like,
no good 90s movies.
I'm talking about newer movies. You know, you know how like a lot of them like to reference the 80s. Now it's going to be 90s.
Oh, you're talking about I know what you mean. Madam Web.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that took place in the 90s. Yeah, so good.
And then like boy bands are kind of making a comeback. Like,
yeah, no kidding. They're coming back in their 60s and they're like they're just dancing, going to town.
Ah, my hip. No, so
ow, my hip.
Which is cool because like I didn't grow up in the 90s, obviously, but at 98, so can still classify as a 90s kid. And early
95. That was the best 5 years of my life.
Early 2000s still had a lot of 90s cheese, so I consider myself in that generation.
What age do you have to be considered a 90s kid? Like 91, 92?
A 90s kid? Oh, yeah. Probably like 93 or 4. I mean, like I like to consider myself because I don't like to be I don't like to consider myself part. Apparently, I missed out a millennial just by 1 year.
Yeah, I guess I'm considered a 90s kid, but I don't remember. I don't remember what I was doing when I was 5. Yeah,
well, it's about basically as many people as possible who don't want to be associated with the 2000s. That's gonna be boring. As all get out, early 2000s stuff. Whenever we get there, but no, it's 90s right now. Everything's 90s.
I haven't noticed, but I guess you're right.
Yeah, it's getting there.
There was a time 10 years ago where mom's jeans people were worried those were gonna make a comeback, but those were so terrible nobody liked it. So
I've seen some people with like the what do they call those? Is that what it is? Like the jeans that go like way below your shoes. I've seen that make a comeback a few places.
That's terrible because whenever my pants would catch under my shoes, it was just bad. I'd trip or they'd tear up.
But that was in style, the baggy jeans, baggy jeans, and then did beanies were beanies in the 90s?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else then.
Yeah, I didn't see him in Madam Web, which was a total 90s piece. So, okay, but do you think the 2010s will ever be in style?
Eventually, they would have to be, right?
But like,
unless we're just doomed to ultimately cycle between 80s and 90s back and forth forever, because
I could live with that.
Well, yeah, I could too. You know what's interesting? Because I think it was because honestly, the tech industry probably was a big contributor. There was just so much unique stuff there. You know, like the 80s only looked like the 80s. Like nothing looks like the 80s. You know, in the 90s, nothing looks like the 90s. You know, old computers and TVs and stuff like that. Just the sound and people love the vintage, people prefer music now to sound more vintage and lesser quality, not clear.
Yeah.
But me including. 2000s though, we might get like a resurgence of 2000s, whatever that looks like. 2010s though, that's just when everything gets stagnant. Everything looks the same. Cars look the same, phones look the same, tech looks the same, everything looks the same and more blandish. So like back in the 90s and the 80s, like
We were trying to figure it out.
corporate logos, dude. You know how crazy and imaginative the corporate logos were? Like it was so crazy and bombastic.
Yeah.
Nowadays everyone wants to look the same. Simplistic. So
Captain
yeah.
Marvel tried to look like a 90s movie, you know, with the blockbuster. Wow. you know,
Yeah,
but
exactly. So it's like, yeah, Hollywood's picked up on it, unfortunately, already. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of 90s resurgence.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that could be kind of fair. But I don't know. I saw Maxine with Maddie the other day,
Yeah.
like a week or two ago, and they were going back for the 80s.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I remember the biggest craze in the 80s was the mid to late 2010s.
Yeah.
When Stranger Things came out.
Exactly,
And then
yeah.
everyone's like, okay, now everyone loves the 80s, neon lights, Vice
Yeah,
City
exactly.
type feels, right? Everyone loves that.
Mm.
Excuse me. And I've noticed more 90s stuff,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's in these 2020s. So yeah,
Mhm.
this decade, I guess 90s are kind of making a comeback, which is weird, and I hope it goes away because I like 80s more than that. So
Sure.
we'll see. I don't know.
You ever played Warframe?
No, I haven't.
They're releasing a new big update in the end of this year called 1999, where like your character it can takes place in like the future, but you're going back to the 90s.
Mm.
And literally they hired a real boy band to do music for it and
Nice.
everything. And you actually walk like your introduction. You walk into like a concert venue and they perform a 90s song. It's like it's crazy. And it kind of got me thinking. I was like, I wonder what else is doing that. You know, I was like, oh, actually, surprisingly, a lot of other stuff are doing that. And like Facebook Marketplace, I'm always trying to look for vintage TVs and stuff like that. And they jack up those prices, dude. A lot of people are looking for them right now. That's not as cheap as they were before.
What's a vintage TV?
Like something like I actually have one at my house right now. It was built in '98. The year I was born. Just anything you used to plug up, like your N64 or like your old VHSs into, you know, like some stuff you grew up with. You know, you grew up with, I grew up with. So
Is it like one where you have to turn to channel 3 to get to the game to play your game?
no, it's got coax inputs, so you just plug it in. Actually, it's hooked up to my computer right now, so it's a third monitor, but it's a vintage TV, so it's really cool.
Is it like a box?
Yeah, it's a box.
Okay.
It's small though. It's like an 11 inch or something, or a 9 inch. It's like put it on my desk.
I used to have one.
It's
I remember
white.
that. Yeah, those were the days, man.
It's got a built-in VHS player, but it broke. I'm trying to find someone to fix it, but I don't know if anyone does. So, sad day.
Yeah. Number 7, the Migo. This is a Nokia. Nokia's Migo wasn't that bad of a product, but it was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Shortly after its release, Nokia CEO Stephen Elope, I thought it was Stephen Flop. I was like, how
Flop.
ironic.
Man,
No, Steve
flopped again.
Oh, man.
He pulled a flop.
Stephen Elope dropped the Migo in favor of the Windows Phone 7 operating system. Had it been released a few years later, he might have struggled to imagine life without them. Just think in another life, we're all obsessed with our Migos. Imagine saying that with a straight face. Not great play on Shigo from Kim Possible. Bitch, that's what he was going for. Quickster, a Netflix company, number 8.
Oh, I know this one.
You do. Launching soon, so start popping the popcorn. You know, popcorn goes bad pretty quick. So imagine you pop it, but Quickster doesn't come out for another 6 months. You're like, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff I just popped?
Oops.
Yeah. When Netflix was about to ditch its delivered by mail DVD rental service for a streaming one, it founded Quickster to fill the gap left in the market. However, being subscribed to both services would cost customers an extra $60. Sorry, 60%. So sorry. I can't see anymore. Panned by critics, CEO Reed Hastings scrapped Quickster before it got even started.
Yeah.
And thank goodness, because the name Quickster doesn't exactly scream catchy brand name. Quickster and chill, anyone? Ooh, no. Yeah, you're right.
I remember, yeah, it sounds like the opposite, actually. I remember seeing like advertisements for it before it came out.
Why would you pay for both?
Why's your wallet on the desk?
Oh, it blended in pretty good, huh? Yeah, I just don't want to lose it.
Quickster.
Solid question, but unfortunately, I had an answer for you. Yeah. Let's see. Why would you pay for both? You want to stream, and then you want
I could see people doing that.
But nobody did. It was an extra 60%, so it's $10.
Well, they didn't get like it didn't launch or anything, but I mean, same reason people purchase multiple streaming apps. You know, I guess even if like 2 services have the same movie or show you like, I don't know. It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Can you imagine trying to stream and then You know, I don't like this streaming thing. I'm just gonna rent it on DVD. I'm
Well,
gonna wait for it in
actually,
the mail.
yeah, I could see that because it's like imagine back in the day where there was only like one dominant streaming app like Netflix,
Yeah.
and they don't have the movie. You're like, well, you could get Quickster and ship that movie to you.
Was it just Netflix that killed
I don't know.
Blockbuster?
There wasn't. I don't think at the time there was really besides Redbox. There wasn't really any
Redbox.
other competitor.
Yeah, I think Redbox was.
I think Redbox has streaming app for a while.
Mhm.
They may still be around.
Because Redbox is still around, I think, but nobody's using
I
it.
don't know the last time I saw one.
I've seen them, but they always got the cover on, so I'm wondering if they're even still on.
Well, that's for the Sun, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, did the Redbox just like go out of business, but then never picked up their stuff? You know, and they just never picked up their boxes.
Well, that'd be illegal, but
They would.
well, they would probably tow it or something. Like,
Yeah.
they can just leave junk on the ground like that.
Junk? How dare you? That's a. If they redid the original Planet of the Apes, the guy. Yeah, I know they did, but I'm talking about the original. If they were to redo that scene with the Statue of Liberty, it would be a red box.
That's
You maniacs!
bizarre.
You blew it up. He goes on. Oh wait, I can still rent.
That's a good commercial.
Yeah,
Let's resurgence.
yeah. We're gonna bring back Redbox. I'm on your marketing team. You're welcome. Then we got time for one or two more. Then we got to pack it up a bit early this time, guys. Number 9, Too Human. It's a video game. Too Human, released in 2008 after many years of development, went on to be one of the biggest flops in video game history. Produced by Silicon Knights, the game eventually put developers in bankruptcy. All in all, they spent $100 million on Too Human. A court ordered them to destroy all remaining unsold copies of the game. What?
Oh, that's the game that got sued by Epic Games because they stole a whole bunch of assets.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what happened.
no way.
So they got crushed by lawsuits. Yeah, because they stole a whole bunch of code from Epic Games. I don't know what game it was, but it was around the same time Fortnite was about to start, actually. So yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
It's funny.
That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This also included movie flops. We could be here all day if we did movie
Oh,
flops.
jeez Louise.
So number 10 is 47 Ronin. Universal Pictures. Have you seen that one?
47 Roman.
Yeah, or do you remember it?
I know. Yeah, I remember it.
They
but-
totally whitewashed. So it's like 47 Ronin, which is like obviously Eastern culture.
Right.
And then the main character is Keanu Reeves, again, a white guy. Universal Pictures aren't exactly known for flops, but yeah, they are. Have they seen The Dark Universe? When did this article come out? You've seen The Mummy with Tom Cruise? Oh, I disagree. Have you
No,
seen?
I haven't because no one did.
You've seen Ang Lee's Hulk? Yeah. Universal Pictures aren't exactly known for flops. I say that very sarcastically. But the studio's 2013 fantasy flick, 47 Ronin, served as a brutal exception to the rule, losing $150 million on a $225 million budget. That's pretty big for the time. That's as big as some of these Marvel films.
Yeah.
The Keanu Reeves-led film left Universal in the hole for a whole year. Both audiences and critics alike agreed that 47 Ronin was a total dud, although the film had gone on to achieve some kind of cult status, I don't know with who, mostly because Keanu is such a beloved actor and all-around cool guy.
How about that?
Last one for the day is going to be Laserdisc.
That's the one, Laserdisc.
I don't remember Laserdisc.
Yeah, good for good reason. It was just inferior in every way.
Like to DVDs?
To DVD, yeah.
Huh. In many ways, a predecessor of the DVD, Laserdisc was the higher resolution competitor to VHS. The main problem was it couldn't record television shows, and back in those caveman days, recording television shows was the only way to ensure repeat viewing. By the 90s, it was game over, as viewers aren't willing to get rid of the new and novel idea of recording their shows.
Yep.
Huh. Like, was the picture quality any better?
I think it was like a little bit, but still just like the versatility, literally.
It had been better than VHS.
Oh, sure. But again, like you just said, like people freaking lived and died by those VHSs. And you got like hundreds of blank VHSs used to record everything.
You know what, actually, though? VHSs are a thing now to collect.
No, so I do. But again, getting a VHS player nowadays is kind of hard. But yeah.
I'd rather just buy a man-made one. I say man-made, they're all man-made, but like I'm sure people build them still and just sell like a retro.
I wish they did, but I can't find any.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That
And
seems
actually,
like
going into stores to find VHSs, you can't do that anymore. It's
Why
all
not?
based off of Facebook Marketplace because they're not available. Like people bought them all basically.
Huh.
So, yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Again, it's that '90s thing, man.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that they have been a popular thing, trying to get them back. So, guys, that's all we have time for today due to us having to vacate the venue.
Too bad we didn't have enough time to talk about the Assassin's Creed thing again.
What's Assassin's Creed thing?
Ubisoft apologizing about their cultural ignorance, essentially.
I thought we talked about that.
No, it just came out. They apologized about it. some of the time.
You should have told me that.
Oops.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for HDP letting us use their space today. And we will see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Farewell.